Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long. Per usual, I'm going to jump ahead pretty far actually. About 2 weeks worth, 3 weeks worth, through my time in Lima, through living with Dirk and Yanni, moving out of the place, and eventually hopping on a bus to get up to Cusco, to where I'd finally meet my buddy Jake, and we'd take our trip up to Machu Picchu. So that's where I start, is actually on the bus coming into town. So here we go. Descending into Cusco, I can't help but feel my trip is finally starting. After all, it was about a year ago that Jake and I were working just another lunch shift, found ourselves chatting by the hotline, and realized we were both planning South American trips that involved Machu Picchu. From there we hashed out loose dates, then hardened dates, and now we're kind of back to mush dates, but at least I'm here and he's on his way. My body has survived the 11,000 foot elevation gain without a headache, apparently a common product of this bus trip. Bridges of Madison County definitely had some calming effects, even with lots of Meryl Streep huffing and puffing. Approaching the city, our route cut through deep canyons until flattening out into farmland, similar to what lay outside of Quito. Now, however, the mountains rise up again, cupping the red-roofed, white-walled buildings spreading through the valley. The sky is a cutting blue, keeping the lines and definitions sharp. Built into a rocky hillside are red rock-colored houses that protrude from the mountainside like bumps on a crocodile's back. A llama forages in a park. The streets are narrow, but our bus maneuvers its way to Cruz del Sur's depot. The air is noticeably thin but warm. The intensity of the sun is palpable, forcing me to squint even with sunglasses on. Grabbing a taxi, he agrees to drop me off at the San Blas Plaza for 5 soles. We motor uphill, honking our way through roundabouts. The quality of building increases along with its age. Once the streets turn to cobblestone, they get even thinner. Anyone walking along a road has to press against the wall to let vehicles pass. Signs placed on the sidewalks advertise menu for 2 soles, a 60-cent meal. Still going uphill, the street opens into a cemented park alongside a church. Benches surround a fountain, and there are stairs that lead to a walkway with restaurants. I hop out of the cab and place my shoes into the undulating road. Exploring the narrow passages, wooden door frames shape dark entrances. Every 50 yards, another woman dressed head to toe in traditional Incan wool spun garb, loafers, and felt top hat passes with a llama in tow. Whether there's a child strapped to her back is the only variable. The Blue House Hostel, my ultimate destination, is not presenting itself, and the streets lack signs, so I climb. Within moments I'm out of breath. The straps buckled tightly across my chest expand with my lungs, but only to a certain point. What didn't bite me on the bus is now hitting me twofold. "Need help?" asks an old, hunched-over Peruvian man. Yes. I need the Blue Hostel." Yes, come with me," he says, turning to walk up the hill. We continue to climb and my pores open up. Even with becoming comfortable with a certain level of dirtiness, after a 22-hour bus ride and now sweating, I'm really looking forward to a shower. The old man keeps pointing at buildings, but his finger always returns to his chin in confusion. "Do you know where we're going?" I ask. Yes, he answers. We top out on Quisquepada, a walking avenue with a beautifully laid out view of the city. The sides of the buildings are peeling, exposing the sod, pebbles, and small wisps of hay that form the insulation. Running my hands across the fortified surface, it slides into a sign marking my destination. Through a gate, a long walkway leads to a building, and then the blue structure nestled upon that. The obvious is laid out before me. "Hey, this is it." "What?" he asks. "We're here," I say and drop my bags. "Thank you." I ring the buzzer and feel a tap on my shoulder. The old man has his hand out and is lightly shaking it. Digging in my pocket for change, I funnel 4 soles into his wrinkled palm. I turn back to watch the walkway and feel his finger on me again. The motion repeats. "You didn't even know where this is. You told me you knew where it was. I found it," I explained to him. Unfazed, he turns on a heel and leaves the direction we came. Shuffling feet direct my attention back through the gate. A teenage boy is making his way slowly down to me. I'm sure I've taken him from some cool teenagey thing. He lets me in and I ask about a room. We climb a few sets of stairs and he opens a small door off the side of a patio. I have this for the next couple of nights at 24 soles. Another room might open up after that. The room is 6 by 12, sloping left to right, and has a ratty sheepskin rug. The bed is heavily insulated with a beautiful turquoise top sheet. This is good. Where's the shower? I gotta skip forward a little bit. Waiting the week out for Jake, I covered the city on foot. On newsstands, the growing swine flu epidemic is the world's concern. It seems I escaped Lima just before its first case. Looking forward, I hope this situation is contained by the time I'm ready to fly home, because right now, the U.S. is locking down on international flights from countries with reported instances. Both Ecuador and Panama are launching their emergency programs, hoping to quell any contagious uprising. This is a bummer. Venturing to the eastern part of Cusco, the feel is more of lives being lived day to day. Residences reside a block off main commercial avenues and modest homes. Main thoroughfares like El Sol and Pardo feature the traditional South American business spread of pharmacy, cell phone shop, salon, hardware store, market, pharmacy, and so on. Apparently, it's an equation that works here as well. The street food around the historic district is enticing. Any woman with a small silver card is worth a stop. Some have tamales. Others hide peppers inside deep-fried dough, while the best manage to sneak a hard-boiled egg into the deliciously soft, oily shell of flour and egg. There's no need to resist at 2 soles per snack. The girls treat me to the black market. These girls are some of Jake's friends that also lived in the hostel that I first stayed in, the Blue House, and we became fast friends. They actually knew who I was because Jake was talking about us doing the trip. So it was a pretty funny evening when I first got there. I just skipped all over that. Anyways, continuing. By foot, it's quite a distance, but once they inform me there's a law... Oh my god. The girls treat me to the black market. By foot, it's quite a distance, but once they inform me there's a law capping inner-city taxi fares at 3 soles, I feel like a chump for paying 5 on my short Virgin run to San Blas. The market itself is clean and seems on the up and up, but within the blue roof structure are deals not meant for the greater good. The best way to attack it is in a snake fashion, going up and down each aisle so nothing is missed. At one entrance, there's a group of kids messing about a large cardboard box. Their fascination with the box begins when one boy climbs inside and ends after the others have rolled it down the 4 concrete steps. I can't judge, as my youth was filled with activities just as stupid and dangerous. Bartering over prices is expected, making anything within reach. Elsa and Karina are interested in DVDs, but before purchase, it's a must to put the movie to a test in an in-cubicle DVD. Half the titles are currently out in theater and only offer a shaky handheld version of the affair. Full series of shows like Family Guy and anything that might have played on the WB network are thinly cased, poorly labeled, and can be had for under $20. Karina ends up purchasing a Bollywood love story and The Wrestler for a movie night when Jake arrives. I would love to purchase a new pair of sneakers as I can see my right big toe, but with the peach coming up, I decide to hold out until after. Instead, I help Elsa pick out a high-end digital camera for $80, and only with a final inquisition does the seller begrudgingly include a memory card in the deal. Tucked in a back corner is a coat seller. For $40, I walk away with a calf-length wool trench that will perform perfectly during mild Seattle winters. In celebration of our retail luck, the girls insist that we spring for a dish of salchipapa. For under $1, I'm presented with a plate of French fries, chopped hot dog, mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. It tastes exactly how you'd expect. I think I still prefer the Canadian version of French fries and insert odd topping plus gravy to equal poutine, but the Peruvians give it a good go. Dessert is a mix of berry jam, cinnamon rice pudding, and yogurt. True to the young lad's word, I have to move out of the Blue House. Through beating the streets, I luck out and find a hostel that's $3 cheaper a night, lower on the hill, around the corner from the 2 Soleil menu, closer to Plaza de Armas, and has a laundry on site. My room's a little quirky with red carpet and a stairwell right next to the bed. Also, the bathroom is abbreviated due to said stairwell, making urination a relaxing event because of a supplied headrest. Upstairs, 2 beds exist with a shallow roof. I figure when Jake arrives, he'll find the situation to his pleasing. The managers are a husband-wife combination and must be buzzed for the entrance, which is the only downside. Other than not having Karina, Elsa, and internet at my disposal, this place is an upgrade. Finally, I receive word from Jake and inform the girls that he's en route via bus to Cusco. Like me, he's taking Cruz del Sur, and since I know the location of the station, I meet him for his arrival the next day. Due to Homeland Security in the U.S., I've never got to do the expectant waiting person gig at the airport. I try to stay calm as Jake's bus filters out. Should I have brought a sign? Flowers? He eventually emerges, 30 pounds light. He was about 220. Frizzled hair, unlit cigarette in his mouth, and toting a 1970s light blue mountaineering pack. His plaid indigo shirt has to have originated from a thrift sale, and his pants are tattered. Jake's smile stretches his whole face, and we embrace. A few hours of planning and many months between have led us to meeting 5,000 miles from Seattle. After that, we say a lot of curse words to each other. Finally excited to have reconnected and go about our business trying to book our Machu Picchu trip, which is, I'm sure, where I'll do my next reading from. So thanks for listening to this one. I'll try to tack on some Cusco photos of Elsa and Karina and Jake and everything about that first little week or two that I had while I was there. All right, until next time.